how to spend a bunch of time making a custom light bucket just to cut it out and shave it off completely. And as a bonus, how to cut up one of your favorite things into a bunch of pieces and throw it in the garbage. We also talked about shaving this antenna hole too, I think. So we'll do that. We did shave the side marker light here, but it's up here. We're gonna leave that there. We shaved that and then made a new light bucket down lower where I thought it looked better, and it did. We did one in the back too. But on the driver's side, we shaved off those factory side marker lights, and we did not put in any light buckets yet. And to be totally honest, I like it better without them. And this isn't going to be driven every day. I doubt it's going to get driven a whole lot. Besides that, I made these buckets around some lights that aren't exactly cheap, and I don't exactly have as good of access to them as I used to. So they're gone, except for this one. We're going to keep this one. So we're going to cut that out, shave it, and we're going to finish what we started in here. Some inner fenders there, up front, and this round rod. We're gonna get all that welded up and then hopefully get it into a primer. Fix this little dinger. I think we'll attack this antenna hole first. We'll grab a piece of scrap metal from over there, probably big enough for that antenna hole, and getting rid of this light bucket. Yes, sir. This dang rotten door has been in my way for months. There. Just looking over this fender to see if we need to straighten it out in any way before we weld in a piece there. Really, the only thing I see is this dent we talked about earlier. Funny thing about that dent, if you've seen the video when we were out here during Hurricane Helene, and that trim piece around attic access fell down and stabbed the carburetor. Well, that wasn't the first time that happened. When I was out here during Hurricane whoever the heck it was, that happened then too. But that time, it fell down and hit the fender. This house is overbuilt. It is beyond codes for being here in a flood zone, hurricane zone, and everything. But those trim pieces around that attic access, they were like trim nailed to drywall. I mean, it was born to fail. So now they're crudely screwed to the ceiling. I really need to get like the stairs that come out of the ceiling anyway. So as far as cutting out our metal piece to weld in here, there's a couple different ways we could find that right shape. Find yourself a socket that fits in there perfect, and then trace it, figure out the exact size, then use a compass, or just make it quick and easy, throw some tape on it. Then just trace it with your dirty finger. If your finger ain't dirty enough, make it dirty enough. Dang it. Ha! Got smart that time. Didn't burn myself. That'll work. Somebody should tell them to be quiet. I'm the one that makes noise in the neighborhood. Crazy though, blink and there's a dang house over there. You guys remember a house over there? Because I don't. That's not our car, by the way. No sir, I do not get down with the Prius. I don't know why, but I got this like fear of putting on a glove that's been sitting around in the garage. Like, you ever put your hand in a glove with a Black Widow in it? I haven't and don't plan to. That is sitting in there absolutely perfect. We're gonna take our time. We're gonna do probably 2 tacks on it and walk away and do something else for a minute. Like go get the mail. What you doing? I'm gonna do some pinstriping. Thought this was a car channel. It is. Custom automotive front in the garage. It says it in the about section. Well, what does that have anything to do with custom cars? It has everything to do with custom cars. It has since the beginning of custom cars. Is that why that rotten door is over there? Yeah, we're gonna do a little sign and hang it up over there in the garage, I think. No, cool. Well, I'm gonna go finish this fender. I could barely stand up on this thing anymore. Used to be kind of okay on that thing. One thing we could do while we're waiting for tacks to cool down is cut that out. And one thing we absolutely do not want to do is cut this out where there's going to be 90-degree corners. We're going to want to have rounded corners because that could have tendency to want to start to crack there, or it might pull it together funny while we're welding. So we're going to start by drilling 4 holes in the corner. Now we just connect the dots. Hey, politics are over. We can listen to music again. Yeah, we're just gonna use a pen on this one. Piece is getting hot. So I did verify that this filler piece needed to be flat. There was no contouring we need to do, but we did get into a little bit in this corner here, kind of right where it starts to curve, but it's just barely. So honestly, I think we could weld this in and then we'll be able to shape that with our handy dandy die grinder. If you don't know why we're jumping around, it's because we're trying to control the heat on that fender. We do a tack here, move over there, do a tack there, do 1 or 2 under there, because when metal heats up, it stretches. And when it gets cool, it shrinks. And the problem is as we weld on this and it heats up and it expands, when it cools down, it shrinks, but it doesn't always shrink back to right where it was. And we don't want to end up with a wavy fender. Especially with this thin stuff, it warps super easy. I was able to get it pretty straight, I think, but when we welded this round rod in this hole. I don't want to say we warped the crap out of the hood, but warped the crap out of it. I didn't do it any justice, that's for sure. Just glad I was able to get it okay. So what do we do when it's all welded up and ugly as all sin? Dirty, dry up, or in between? From the very first sip, you know what I mean. It's martini time. Just kidding. I do not drink martinis. What we're gonna do is let that cool down, and then we'll grind all those welds down nice and smooth. It'll be like they were never there. Sad day today, guys. Sad day for me. This old truck back here was given to me by a friend of mine. You might know him as Chevaholic on YouTube and Instagram. I've had this truck a long time. Yard art. I loved having this thing in my yard, and it was just fine. It wasn't really getting any worse. Then I brought it down to Florida, and now it's rotting away to nothing. 2 years. This is crazy. I can't have it sitting here falling apart anymore because the dogs play around in it. Especially that one. I don't want anything to happen to them, so we're cutting this up. I'll probably save a couple pieces. First, I was kind of thinking I could cut it along here and keep the back of it kind of a wall hanger, do some pinstriping back here. But there's not much of that left either. Maybe like this rotten headlight. This window trim might be savable. I could probably do something with that and do like a pinstripe panel with that. I mean, kind of cool. Oh, this sucks. All these lizards running around in there. Might save that handle for something. That's kind of cool. Other than that, these hood sides are junk. It's so bad. I should have cut this cowl vent out of here when it was still good. Oh well, I had no idea this thing was gonna rot away like this so fast out here. I actually thought it was gonna last longer down here. But, you know, we're so close to the water. We're like 10-minute walk to the water. We always have a nice cool breeze coming in this way. And that nice cool breeze is probably carrying a bunch of salt. Yeah. Taking your Ford away, Missy. Sorry. It rotted away. Firewall? What the heck is this? Somebody's garbage blowing in here. That's kind of cool to keep. Right, Daisy? She says, yup. Yeah, there's nothing left of that cowl vent. Yeah. This really does suck. I got rid of a lot of cool stuff before I came down here. And here goes some more of it. That is good enough for today. We only got Saturdays and Sundays. We still got to finish that fender up. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I also didn't get to save as much as I thought I would. I got hood handle, ooh, one headlight trim, one gauge that might look cool on a shelf, the top of the grill here, and this rotten headlight bucket is kind of cool. I mean, there's only half of it, but if I clean that up a little bit, it'll look cool on a shelf. I pinstriped it a long time ago. Oh, that sucked. I really liked having that old truck in the yard. I mean, before Florida, after Florida. Done wrecked it. All right, where were we yesterday? Oh yeah. We got those ground down with that roll lock disc. I'm just gonna kind of buzz it over with this 180. Smooth it out a little bit. We are not going for perfect right now. We're going for not rusty. This claims to be direct metal primer here, but it is only one part. We can't do body work over it. We're just gonna protect that bare metal that we put down there for a while, which we might end up, well, we definitely will end up backtracking getting this off later on, but that's later on. All right, we did good. No more antenna hole, and no more side marker light, and no more bare metal. Now we don't have to worry about that fender looking like that old truck we just tore apart. Little by little, we're getting it. Just takes a while when you only got a couple days a week to do the getting. ltscustomgarage.com for cool merchandise, and I'll see you in this one where we were working on that fender before.